Just unless you in my reason. Remember as a child, like the Christmas, that's the worst season. The only gift I ever got was freedom.
How y'all doing? What's up?
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm in a new crib right now. Y'all stay tuned. This ain't gonna be the new setting. When I got what I got in store though, it's gonna look sweet though. But how y'all feeling, man?
I nigga be in a new crib every year, man. How many cribs is this, man?
It's like, the sixth crib. Nah, it's fine. It's like my third crib, like 2 years. Cool.
Okay, third crib, 2 years. Okay.
Cool little thing. Now, how y'all feeling though, man?
I'm all right, though. I'm all right.
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I quit my job.
Oh.
I know
How you feeling? How you
Trust
feeling after that?
Awesome. I mean, like, hello.
Hey. Rogie! You know Rogie do that, man.
Gotta do the Rogie off of that. You gotta do the Rogie.
Like I said, let's start it out, man.
Oh, shit. All right, I'm drinking something different today. I have Terramana.
Terramana?
It's a reposado tequila. My girl Bree put me onto this, so she's watching this.
Shout out to Bree.
Shout out to Bree. Ooh.
I ain't gonna lie, I went straight red cup again. Y'all don't even know what's in it.
Hold on. Ooh. Yeah, this happens. I ain't putting this back in. The Casamigos.
Oh.
That joint, you saw how long it took me?
Now the Casamigos, I ain't gonna lie. Like water. That shit tastes like water to me after a while. I was like, yeah, I gotta rest.
What Casa?
Yeah, that I had to give it a rest. That's why I had to go to straight grown man to Jack. Put him in the chest. Oh, all right, bow. I drink this more.
I like how nobody see that shit. It's gonna be on the camera though. It's okay.
It's gonna be on the camera. It's gonna be on the camera. But nah, though, man. So, what's the topic for today, man?
Today, man. Oh shit! It seems like I'm crying and shit, but nah, for real. Today, we just kind of gonna talk about like how the dynamic has changed. Just as far as people being more vocal now about like expressing their feelings, about how they feel towards certain subjects. Especially men being more expressive about like just how they feel in themselves. So we can really start by like, how about you? You know what I'm saying? Do you consider yourself to be an expressive man? Are you open with yourself?
I feel like I am, because the thing is with me, I like to communicate. If I got something on my chest or whatever the case is, I'm gonna express how I feel. It's not like no sugarcoating it or whatever the case is. Or if I know you can't take it in a certain way, I would not like sugarcoat it, but I'm gonna tell you in another form of fashion and shit like that. But like either way, I'm gonna communicate and get my shit off, because I feel like if I hold that shit in, one, I'm gonna be thrown off because I gotta just cope with this shit. Two, I feel like a wild ass person, because I'm just letting you off the hook and you can just be doing some crazy ass shit, some wild shit. And I'm anything from that calling you out or just talking to you about it. Because you may not know what you're doing. Me communicating, talking, how I feel about what you're doing or whatever the case is might help you see it differently. So yeah, for sure. What about you?
Yeah, okay. I be saying what's on my mind. I say what's on my mind, like as far as like how I feel. Like you made me, if I dislike something, if I'm not particularly like fond of what you're saying, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. But I do have like, if you like man time, if you hurt my feelings, I'm not gonna tell you that you hurt my feelings as a man. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean by that. Like obviously men, we ain't as emotional as women, so it's not like hurt my feelings like, oh, I'm about to sit and sulk about it. But you did something that I didn't like, and I don't want to feel like a bitch, because it's like, oh, we supposed to be men, you know what I'm saying? You did it, but I could brush it off. But I realized as I got older, like that attitude, y'all, like it just be built up animosity between you and the person, because like you never really talked about it.
But the thing is, that pride shit, you gotta let this shit go. Like
niggas is, but you capping right now. Like you trying to sound
no. I swear, me, you can, and I can attest, I can really vouch for this shit. I let you know, you get me thrown off, I'm gonna tell your ass. Like, I ain't gonna say you hurt my feelings.
But this okay, but but the question is for real though, how are you expressing your emotional honesty? How are you expressing that though? In a healthy way?
Yeah, I mean, of course, in a healthy way. Like, it depends on
So
who.
how do you, so
No,
give
I'm
me
gonna tell you. It depends on who the person is. So let's say if it's my man, and it depending on like what type of person it is who's my friend, because I have like all my friends aren't the same, so I can't talk to them just like the same, you know. So some of them, like if it's like let's say Kelvin, I I'm just yelling at this nigga, like bro, shut the hell up, or like we just gonna argue, but at the end of the day, we gonna get what we have off our mind, but we know it's all love. We not gonna be like mad. Other people I know I probably gotta sit down, put them to the side, hey, you know, chop it up. Now if it's my girl or something like that, I'm gonna just tell her straight up, like, look, right here, you threw me the fuck off. I'm not trying to argue because I hate arguing. I'm not trying to argue. Why the fuck did you do this? Or like, what
But
can
I
we
think
do
I
to
think
fix it?
that's easier though. Like I can tell my girl that like you made me feel a certain way. You feel me? I can give you a good example. So like back in the day, my man, real life, it was a girl I had got into some crazy stuff with. But like basically, them two started talking, right? So he comes to me, he comes to me, he asks me, he like, oh yeah, I'm talking to such and such. You cool with that? And I'm like, fuck no. Like, you know, you of all people know everything that I'm dealing with that I had to deal with Shawty. And you really got the audacity to ask me that? But you know what? As a man, my pride wouldn't let me say, hell no, nigga. I said, go ahead.
Yeah, you do. You gonna have some
Yeah,
girls
you
that be
look.
like,
And to me, I'm keeping it 100. Seeing them two on the yard was eating me up, like eating me up. I wanted to throw kickballs at them every single day, just mad as shit. Like I can't believe y'all really doing this
no,
right
hold
now.
on to me. Let me ask you this though. So, do you think that nowadays men express themselves effectively? I would say effectively, and then to follow up with that, right? Do you think that women communicate? Because I am like, and I'm gonna tell you my opinion. I'm gonna tell you how my viewpoint on it after that.
I mean, I feel like some men definitely are capable of expressing themselves in an effective way, as well as some women are capable of doing the same thing. But there are men who I guess kind of use like emotional honesty and emotional awareness like as a weapon for real, because it's like, I'm letting you know how I feel, bitch. But it's just like we need a better way and a more effective way of communicating. I feel like you should actually be able to have a conversation, and it's just like cussing and hollering and screaming and then just not being tactful or diplomatic about the situation. Like, let's walk away from it maturely. Like, sure, you let me know how you feel, you could be mad or whatever, but it's just like, get it together.
But this is why I say I just feel like it's not our fault in a way, but it's really not, because growing up, men are taught to be prideful. Like we have to be prideful in order to be successful in a way, and obviously that's not the only way. But there's because men are so competitive amongst each other, our pride is what might give us that extra push over that person, you know, who we competing for that spot against. So if I have to be prideful in these aspects, I feel like I can't show signs of weakness. And like I said, in situations like how I had with my man, it's been plenty of situations me and D can attest to where we know a nigga gonna feel a certain way if his man deal with a jump or if his man is doing a such and such. Yeah. But that pride won't let you say it. You gonna
G shit. If you beefing, if a nigga real life like came and asked you type shit, got the girl, you can't beef with the nigga after that point. Like at that, but he came to you straight up.
but,
But your
but bro,
pride got in there.
I think kind of like I think what we should try to figure out how to do is how do we help that nigga say, nigga, I don't like that. Like, don't do that. Like
Yeah.
that's the
Right.
main thing, because I didn't do that because of pride, knowing damn well I'm gonna feel a certain way. Like, and that be a lot of the situations with a lot of men. Like, men know damn well
You mad as fuck.
they're like, you gonna be pissed. But you, because your pride is in the way, you like, fuck that shit, you know, I don't really care about it that much. She want really nothing, woo woo. And then, damn, like, and the worst part about it is when you see them happy, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's like from the inside out, just tearing you out, just tearing you apart.
But even outside of that, in relationships, when are we gonna, you know, come to a consensus on how to communicate in relationships?
So what's effective communication then? Like, what do y'all think effective communication is and pertains to any relationship, like, you know, platonic or even just, you know, romantic?
I think for all people and just all relationships, you have to be kind of cognizant and aware of just how everyone approaches, I guess, what would be a confrontation because it's a disagreement. But you have to approach it in a way that's comfortable for them, but also don't, you know, harbor the problem, you know, like
Right.
address it. I feel like the healthy way is really to address it and, like, you know, just say what's on your mind, but like don't be, you know, just like bam bam bam.
So
Like
you
just
gotta kind of
like
notice.
say take yourself out of it for a second and just say like how you're feeling, essentially, like what you're feeling, like not what you think about, what you like, what you going to do, like blah blah blah, whatever. But it's just like think about what you're feeling, take a step back, take yourself out of it, and just really, you know, think with your heart for a second. And like people think it's something wrong with that, but I think it's just that is effective, as well as also not trying to argue. Like people think every time you have a disagreement, it has to be an argument. And it's just like, no, like let's just have a conversation.
See, but it's like an argument. I feel like arguments stem off where, like, if we having a conversation, but then you try to be like real smart in the conversation. Like, if a person try to me, that's the only way you'll get me to argue. If you said we having a conversation and you say some smart shit in there, it's like, all right.
But that's another part of just emotional maturity. But it's just like even with just having disagreements, essentially, like you have to just put your pride aside. I feel like that's a lot of what like arguments stem from, is just people not being able to put their pride aside and be honest. And it's just like, what sort of self-denial is happening here? Because why are we afraid? And this is just for all people, period.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, why are we afraid of just saying what's on our mind? Like,
I mean, people say that, but then when you say what's on your mind, then that's what stems.
Well, that ain't me, babe. That ain't
I
me.
mean, you. I would say you, but like, if a nigga like G shit, right? If a dude talking to a girl and she be like, "What you want?" and then, let's say the nigga just want to fuck, he blankly to tell her, "I just want to have sex." Some girls gonna be like, "I respect you for that honesty," and say yes or no. Other girls is gonna try to attack this nigga and be belligerent.
And then it's just, but then at the same time, if you're the male in that situation and you're just being straight up, then it's just like you shouldn't want to be with that person anyway if that's how they're gonna react. So it's just like, ooh, noted. And it's just like that's what you have to remember at the end of the day. And it's just like when you, like, you know, I guess bring your worst self to the forefront, it's just like you're gonna bring that person's worst self out as well. And it's just like then people like to play the blame game. And it's just like, no, every reaction usually has an action that was done. So it's just like you have to think about how things play out and how you want shit to go. Like I really be planning like how I'm gonna approach something, because like you just have to be, because it's just like at the end of the day, I have an end goal, essentially. Because like, what's the point of bringing something up?
But this is my only thing. I think like for real, people are scared of like the responses. That's why people don't speak their mind all the time. Like, I mean, let's be completely honest. It's a lot of things that we see and that we want to say, but we know that there's repercussions due to saying that. And we know that like, yeah, there is freedom of expression, but as we've seen numerous times, it's freedom of expression with stipulations. You know what I mean? Like obviously you can say what's on your mind, but at what extent? You know what I mean? And it's like we say what's on. You know, I feel like I speak my mind, but like I said, I don't like to hurt people's feelings at times, and like because I don't like to hurt people's feelings, I'll sugarcoat or I just hold it in, or you know what I mean. That's a lot of the reasons why I don't like expressing myself because I don't like to disappoint the other person on the other end.
See,
so,
and I was just gonna say, like, all right, so you said that. So tell me, how do you effectively, like, to say communicate if you had an issue, whatever the case is? Like, what do you think the most effective way, in your words?
Transparency. I mean, like she was right. Like at the end of the day, like I'm telling you, fool. Like, cause obviously I be telling y'all all the time, like with relationships, like you might as well just be honest. Like I learned the one time lying don't get you.
It don't get you nowhere.
I swear. Like I swear, it just had me in more and more lies, and shit was stressing me out. So once I realized that, like I'm just gonna be honest. 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna like your honesty, but they will respect you. You want to know why? Because you gave them the opportunity to choose.
Okay. Kelvin, go ahead and say it again. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, now, like, for real, when I gave you the honesty, when they give you the honesty, it give you the opportunity to choose. Seriously, though, because, like...
So your car window's busted.
If I'm being transparent, but that's the thing, like, she don't have to necessarily... People think, oh, yeah, I'm going to be honest with this person. They're going to love the fact that I'm being honest and they're not going to feel a certain way. Are you stupid? Right. They care, nigga. Like, they care.
Right.
Like, this is somebody who you just had relations with or had a relationship with, so they care. So, boom. Now that they care, you trying to, like, you honest with them. It's going to take them a little minute to process it. Maybe some weeks, maybe a month or so. But now they know how to move on. It's not like they left astray. It's not like they left, you feel me, like, wondering what the hell could or what if.
Okay.
I know this nigga don't want to deal with me no more. Yeah, I still love him. Yeah, I still got feelings for him or vice versa. But I need to figure out what I'm going to do for myself now because that chapter closed. Like, he let me know or she let me know. That's it. Like, so, I mean, I just feel like that's always going to be the most effective because I love the opportunity to choose. Like, respect. I love that.
I don't know. With me, I do fuck with the transparency, but I just feel like it's just, I guess, knowing that person, that situation. I think that's probably like, to me personally, because I know how to. So like knowing how to communicate, like how to like certain words to say to you, so you can understand my message. Because if I'm coming to you like kind of like aggressively, or whatever the case is, or like me thinking I'm normal, you might think I'm coming off aggressive, and then you'll feel some type of way. So that whole line of communication already fucked up, and everything I'm saying to you already coming at a negative light. So if I understand who I'm dealing with, who I'm talking to, and I'm like, you know what? All right, I know I can't say certain words to you. I ain't even going, like, I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna still say some shit that they still get the point across. Cause like, I ain't gonna hold you. I really try to I hate raising my voice. Like if I gotta get to that point, I'll try to make sure I can communicate what I got to say by avoiding that point of me raising my voice or you raising your voice, and that shit has become unnecessary.
Like, and I think. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. I just think that that's an important piece too, is knowing when to walk away, and it's just like also being self-aware to know, like checking in with yourself, like how am I dealing with what's happening, and it's just like if that shit making you uncomfortable.
Nah, G shit. That's the thing. People gotta stop feeling uncomfortable with those, like when like I guess having those honest conversations and shit. You gotta.
However, being honest don't mean be toxic. And it's just like, you got to know how people are going to receive it. It's just like, if you're not going to receive it that way, what the hell make you think somebody else is going to receive it if you cussing, hollering, screaming, being ignorant, disrespectful, just stepping out of line? It's just like,
yeah, you gotta be able to dish what you take. I mean, take what you dish. Whatever. Yeah, that's it. Take what you dish.
or don't dish that shit at all. What's wrong with you? Fix that shit.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like that. I'll tell you.
Y'all Negroes always trying to get me motherfucking drunk on a Tuesday night.
Not for real. I mean, I was tired as hell today too. But nah, yeah. So I want to say, so the way that people are kind of expressing and things is definitely different from like in the past, right? Because we got all the OTs and you know what I'm saying, OGs trying to tell people like, nah, fuck that. Like, you don't gotta communicate shit. You don't gotta say shit to nobody. Like, you don't gotta say nothing how you feel. Like, how y'all look at it like that? Because I feel like that definitely did kind of fuck us up.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just like, let's think about our elders, okay? Like, what were y'all doing? What are y'all doing? And it's just like, you.
Yeah. We talked about that though, because like I don't blame my elders. Like, you gotta think about how they was taught. Like, how was they taught? Like,
no, but it's just like, let's have some transformative thinking here. Like, do we have to be the progressive ones? I guess so. I mean, you know, every generation, you know, has to have a new way of thinking, and this generation is surely doing it. But it's just like, the elders of the generation are supposed to be the respectable people who share wisdom, but it's just like, we're not doing that, and it's perpetuating unhealthy cycles.
But the wisdom that we receiving though was the wisdom that they've been passed down. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Because
but it's just like, it's also, but it's about being self-aware, because you have to think, like, yeah, like, you have to think a lot of these things though that they think, they're not looking. This is why self-reflection is important. It's about it's like uncovering those things, and especially with Black families, that's why we have a lot of Black family trauma. It's just like secrets and all that. We have a history of trauma.
Hold it. All right. Yeah, let me ask y'all this, because that's one thing. So like, you know, like how you said, like the way that it was, you know, in those times, like we, you know, like how we alluded to, you have to be self-aware. So I feel like the three of us all took the initiative to go learn on our own. Feel me? Like, nobody told us to go learn about ourselves. But like, the reason, like, it's crazy, like, as you say, that, you know how people hide shit from their family because like you don't want to be looked at a certain way. And like, that's another form of like why people don't express themselves too. Like judgment of like not loving self, you feel me? Like not being, you know, satisfied with where you are in your life. So it's like you don't really like to hear the positive shit that other people got going on. That's why you don't really tell your stuff.
But but I think it's also about confronting the uncomfortable shit too. It don't always gotta be good. And it's just like, even last week when we was talking about emotional toxicity from parents and verbal abuse and emotional abuse, it's that this is what you were taught, and obviously you have trauma because you feel comfortable with verbally abusing or emotionally abusing your child. And it's the same thing in relationships. Why are we comfortable with, you know, why are we comfortable having these exchanges with people? And I've had to learn my own lessons. Like, I'm not even going to sit up here and sit on here and act like I didn't have my days, but I had to learn, because I had to think about myself at the end of the day. And it's just like, is this what I want? You know? And it's just like, I think that people definitely should think about that. Is this what I want?
Nah, yeah. And that is like, a lot of people definitely do gotta understand, like, when you kind of communicating with that shit and like you dealing with it and you putting up with it, you gotta kind of ask yourself, like, really, is this what you see yourself like dealing with? But to kind of save yourself through that, like that stress and just that headache alone from itself. And then what was that question that you asked, Sax?
Basically, I was asking like the fact that a lot of people. Another reason why people fail to express themselves, especially men, like
So, for like you saying like showing, I mean not showing off, but like other people's opinions and stuff like that.
yeah, like you're nervous because you don't want to talk about what's going on in your life because your other family members doing this and doing that, and doing this, and they reaping all the praises, and you trying to get yourself together.
Correct. Yeah,
So that's what I was saying. A lot of like you feel me, like self-assessment of like being insecure about where you are and then reflecting on others.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's
Right.
because when you said that, I was like, damn, that's like an interesting statement. So it wasn't a question, it was a statement. That was an
Okay.
interesting statement though, because it's like I'm not gonna lie, like if you really sit there and think about it, that does play a factor on like why a lot of people don't communicate. Because if you say some shit, you kind of like feel that peer pressure, of not trying to like be classified as something. But then that's what comes with like loving yourself. I feel like with communication, it comes with like if you love yourself enough, you'll make sure that this issue is addressed. Or if you love yourself enough, you'll make sure that like people know this about you. Like, yeah, y'all see me as this light, but I want you to understand I'm this type person. That's just like if you standing up for yourself, it goes anywhere. Somebody like picking on you, or you at work, they calling you out your name, or they just keep saying that shit. You love yourself, you gonna stand up and communicate what you feel as though is right. So I think that was an interesting point, like G shit, because like a lot of people don't understand that, like for you to really start to, I think that's the first thing with communication. Love yourself first, because if you love yourself, you're gonna communicate all the right stuff and
Okay.
make sure that your point is addressed.
Yeah.
That's a
But no, he really telling the truth. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
first moved in, right? I first moved into the apartment, like my first apartment in college, right? A lot of y'all not. That was the first time I had my own bedroom, like my own bedroom, like legit.
Right.
And like, I remember I told like my friends, and like they cried, like for real, you know what I'm saying? It's more so like, y'all, like, nah. I feel like I want you to understand how appreciative I am of this. Like those situations, like the fact that I'm able to do it now is like it wasn't for nothing. Like, and it's like I think when the transparency with your friends is how y'all become closer. Like I feel like these fake superficial ass relationships is why y'all ass always backdoing and talking behind each other back and all kinds of other shit because y'all not
just unhappy, period.
Yeah, like it's just if you can't tell like for real, you can't tell the people that you claim like you call friends like your vulnerable side of what's really going on with you. It's like, what are you hiding from them for? How are you hiding from the people you're supposed to be being with on an everyday basis? How are you neglecting that?
But this is the thing though. This is the thing. At times we often preach that we can't be vulnerable or we can't say certain things because we don't want them to use it against us. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that, but then that goes to reevaluate who you call a friend. Because
I don't even think it's reevaluating who you call a friend, but I also think it does have something to do with a level of self-evaluation as well. There are some things that I'm uncomfortable with, people knowing, but it's also just like coming to a comfortability with yourself and healing, your trauma. Yes, you definitely take a look at who your friends are, but also think about yourself and like think about what's still triggering you and maybe confront that about yourself, because it's just like, wow, like some stuff is just like, wow, okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's just like, but it's
only reason why I agree with that. But the reason why I said I had a friend my freshman year. He used to get like every time he'd go to the calf to hang out with these niggas, he'd go get dressed. You feel me? Put on his best fit. And it's like
calf?
Yeah, you feel me, to the calf though. You know what I'm saying? For one, it seems kind of
to the calf.
But he used to put on his fit to go with them to the calf. And I used to really think like, damn, like
no Fridays.
You can't be yourself. You can't be yourself around them.
I was about to say, you know what, Auntie? they made the motherfucking calf on Friday from Fried Chicken Friday. That shit was like a fashion show. Everybody tried to put
Period.
on their best shit on at the motherfucking.
No, shit, fried chicken Wednesday, fried chicken Friday, any days.
I fuck with
Man,
UNCG.
I don't roll my loafers around these niggas, man. I be toes out. I be
You
everything,
ain't kid.
bro.
They got
Like what am these are my friends. Like these are my friends.
But wait, is
Okay,
he going?
like,
Was he going to the calf on
we're at
Fridays, or
school.
was he going on a regular day trying to look sweet with these niggas? It's a difference. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. If he was, I won't give him. I mean, if he was trying to look sweet for the girls on Friday,
Now I can see if like it's one thing if y'all all have on fits. But
that's
you
what I'm
have
saying. That's what I'm saying. They came as a
and they're chilling.
If they came as
They're
a
chilling. You didn't catch the memo because you on this. You see the difference? Like, come on,
Kelvin.
I broke you for this.
Hold on, you throw. I ain't go broke. Leave that nigga alone. What if
Broke you for that nigga, bro. That nigga was on dick.
God damn, yeah. Hey, whoever you are, my man, it's all right.
I ain't telling no lie, man. But nah, that's my thing. Like, I feel like that's another thing. Like, I feel like that's friendship. Like I said, I can be undeniably myself around the people I care about. Like I am so myself, it gets overwhelming because like I'm always me and like y'all are getting me at 110% because like and vice versa. Like we realize like, all right, like how we said, like, yeah, we know certain things with certain people, you know, different friends react to things in different ways, or different people based upon a relationship react in different ways. Mm-hmm. But I'ma always be the same. So it's like, you know me, you know how I am. You fuck with me, I fuck with you, you know? So it's like
you fuck with me.
I can't I real I cannot like not like say not like I can't go out often with somebody where it's just like you can't be 110%. Like you gotta kind
first of all, like, not even going out. I can't even kick it with you. Yeah. Like, period.
Let me ask you, you a girl, and you know y'all relationships is be in the air.
I am not a girl.
A woman, I apologize, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Get his ass right. Get his ass
Get me right. Get me together. A woman. Yes. Now, with you beautiful women, you guys are not always able to coexist as far as relationships. So, do you feel like you all have a harder time expressing yourselves than men? Well, do you think you express yourself well to your friends who are girls? Or how does that dynamic work?
I really want to hear this.
I mean, I feel like I definitely try to make a conscious effort. I'm only speaking for myself.
All right.
I feel like I try to make a conscious effort in communicating for sure. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I realized that saying what's on your mind, like, gets you, I guess, what you want, whether that is confirmation for something like to progress to a good level, or, you know, just, you know, maybe you should part ways. And it's just like, for me, emotional honesty has been so important for me, and just being my authentic self. It's just not in denial of what I'm feeling, because it's just like we have emotions just innately. Like, that shit is fucking scientific. And it's just like, even when you don't want to feel some type of way, you're gonna feel some type of way. So it's just like, in your head, you be just like, damn, that shit ain't that serious. That shit ain't. And it's just like, no, ma'am, it is that serious.
Can you give us an example though? Can you give us an example? Because we kind of
fucking toxic relationships. I mean, like, come on.
No, I mean like more so a girl on, like, because we know the relationship.
Even toxic friendships as well. Like, I'm glad I don't have no toxic friends. Like, thankfully,
what's
that's
a
why I have
toxic?
the same.
Yeah, what does it
I'm
look
gonna
like?
I'm gonna explain to you, honey. Okay, like, just give me the floor. But basically, toxic friendships, like, I've just seen how other girls move, like, with their friends, and it's just like, ooh, that could never be me and my friends. And it's just like talking about each other behind their back, and just like friends that have fought each other. Like, I know some friends who had not people, I wouldn't even call them friends at all, but like fucked each other's niggas, like shit like that. And it's just like, what is like, we have to value each other more. Like, I feel like even as women, like, come on now, we have to value each other more. And even just friends who like really be putting they friends down, like just talking shit to their friends, like it be some mean ass friends,
So
like,
this is my thing though.
and
What
they
if
will call it being, and they will call it being honest, and that's what I mean by toxic honesty. Like, come on, dude.
nah, but what I was saying, like, so what all right. This is where it's like different with dudes, like relationship. Because if we fight, we gonna get over it. Like probably within the same day.
And you guys don't come back. Like it's like that fight be like
No, because
it.
like I explained previously, putting your hands on somebody is a violation. And if a bitch put her hands on me, it's definitely over at that point.
I
Like
feel,
me, I have a sister. Okay.
Mhm.
Me and my sister would never put our, first of all, our mother would put her foot so far up our asses, I would just not even be able to recover, because it's a violation. It's a betrayal of trust. Like, if you put your hands on, if you swing on me, bitch, oh, got you. Like, I gotta watch myself around you to know that you violating me. Like, anybody that put their hands on me, you in my space, like, no, you violating me. And it's just like, even with that sorority shit, bitch, you think you gonna beat my ass and we supposed to be sisters? Fuck out of here. I be off that line so motherfucking quick because I will be fighting all them bitches.
Yeah.
Like,
Now I
come
was about
on,
to say,
guys.
when I was a child, maybe I ain't gonna hold you. My sister, she was older than me. She always used to fucking punk me and shit. So we used to go at, but that's when I knew she knew how to fight. So the girl touched me, I knew. I said, this motherfucker used to refight all the time. Hey, come handle this. And she did it. But now, like, more, I mean, for dudes though, I don't know. I feel like when like if we fight, it's just we gonna get our issue off. It's just like it was getting very disrespectful to the point but we just needed to settle that shit like one hand. Just settle that shit. And once like words say a lot, like fish say a lot of words at times. And it's certain words you just can't get out. So you just throw that shit, dive each other at the end of it. All right, we good. And you be straight after that. Or like just put on the gloves. And then like I don't know, but it's I feel like it's definitely different as far as like woman friendships and like how y'all gotta communicate and stuff because with y'all like with I see how outside looking in with women, it seemed like
I
y'all have
think
a very sensitive relationship at times, like saying certain words.
I think they struggle more with communicating effectively in friendships than we do. But that's not a conversation that people talk about. Like women are literally terrible with friendships. Like they really are.
No,
If we
women really do. Like,
come on,
women,
like let's be real. Like
Yeah.
let's be real. Women
women
fall out with
really
it.
do
I done
be.
seen good men like me and D done seen good people we seen friends
Yeah.
since shit grow up. They have one bad fallout. That's it. Like they're no longer friends.
Y'all,
Like
y'all see I had my man down Florida, yeah, like Jits. Yeah, you see
yeah,
I had my
like
man
jits.
down
Yeah,
Florida.
man, you hear me?
That's what I'm saying. Nah, but how you feel about that though, to me? Like, do you think like I was something
Nah, like, even like recently, like I've cut some people off because it's just like, ooh, I don't be having this, honey. Like, I don't have all this drama in my life because it's just like, who do you think you are? Like, you can violate me in more ways than one. Like, if you're making me uncomfortable, ma'am, you have to go. Like, it's just like I had this girl, right? She gonna message me like out the blue, like we had just hung out recently, right? And so she just texts me and she's like, hey, so I'm just like taking a moment to like think about my friendships, and I just wanted to let you know Like I feel like you're selfish and like you
See,
don't
y'all
listen.
do that.
But
Y'all do
Yeah,
that
like
type
what?
stuff.
Who does
and
shit
so
like that?
but this is stuff that I'm not used to, type shit. Like me and the friends that I have and hold near and dear to my heart, if it's something going on, guess what? We hopping on a phone call real fast.
Real fast in a hurry, you hear me?
But it's just like because it's genuine love between us, we care about each other. It's like we actually want to resolve stuff. And it's just like you have to think about, is stuff worth it at the end of the day? Is it worth it?
You're right. That's the thing, because I want to say, like, I got like some like female friends who would share like their stories, whatever the case is, and it would start off like somebody, I don't know, like wake up spiritually like woken and just be like sending out a paragraph, and they always end it with the "I think you are very selfish." I swear that is like very common with a lot of like breakup. They always say you are very selfish. That's a lot of like when they tell me.
That's
But
all I'm saying, man. I just think women need to be more as far as not transparency, because clearly it seems like she's being pretty
I just think it's
direct.
all I just think it's like stop being catty. Like what is wrong? Like what is the competition? Like I think that has
But that's what I was saying earlier. That's what I was saying earlier, because one thing, it's a pride thing. Women have pride too. Like women have pride. Like it's
is
pride in
it
that. Like
pride
it's
or
pride in being a bad bitch.
insecurity?
Like it's pride in
Is
being a
it
bad bitch.
pride or insecurity?
that is a great question. You can't. It's
Yeah.
Because
different.
no, because me being prideful in myself, that means I'm confident in myself and that I can treat people with respect because, honey, I'm the one. Okay, like that's how you got to think about yourself. And it's just like you have to stop weren't thinking and trying to bring people down. And just that's just with anyone. It's just like, what are your intentions for wanting to befriend people? Like, you know, what people be like, girl, I wouldn't be your friend. Why? Why?
Yeah, that's weird. That's so weird.
Yeah, like I think that shit is weird. Like I think that
Like
shit's weird.
I used to like back in
Like,
the day, Facebook time used to do the little like shit, be like, you should be my, and I back in the day.
Okay.
okay, no, we were 12. Like
That's what I'm saying.
we not
Back in the day,
going
I
to
used to
even
tell them be my best friend. They just, get their number.
Yeah,
Yeah, you feel me? 50 Cent mode. Best friend. That's all I was on straight 50 mode. You hear me?
Boom.
Hey, nah, look. Yeah, I had my drink. Hey, and y'all peep the, what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all can see it, but look, breast cancer awareness month, man. You know I'm rocking the pink all week.
Definitely,
yes.
breast cancer.
It is October.
Yes. I'm walking the pink all month, man. But look, and then this is the thing too. I think you brought up an excellent point though to me. We gotta differentiate. We gotta differ, the pride and
insecurities. That's
here
real
we
shit.
go. Insecurities. We definitely have to like differentiate the pride and insecurities, because we can't, like, a lot of people be like, oh, I feel this type of way because I think like such and such. No, it's just because you're not confident with yourself, and then that person's doing something, and like now you feel some type of way. It's a difference where if you're very like she said, you feel confident in yourself, you like, all right, I believe in this, and I'm signing up for, like, what I'm saying, some shit I really feel, but motherfuckers just be on some hate and shit. I think that's a lot.
And then it's just like, I think it's also too like, get your head out of your own ass.
For sure, because it's
like nobody is thinking about like you're like, it's just like nothing is about you. And it's just really sad that women, because it's just like, I think that having a sister is like one of the most important relationships that I have. And it's just like we have to value each other more. So it's just like treat your friends with respect and love them. Like it's nothing wrong with loving your friends. And it's just like, why is it? And it's just like, I know people who literally will just befriend people just because they're pretty. And it's just like, how shallow is that?
You feel
like,
me?
Yeah,
You feel like, nah,
that's
real
a
shit
lot
though.
of jank.
Real shit.
Literally be
Real
like,
shit.
let's just be friends.
I can't stand that because we always, and I hate that we always say, because you know we gonna be like he hate that we do it. He hate it, but we hang with a nigga from Waxhaw. Okay, it don't matter if you cool. It don't matter if you're
Hey,
hip.
stop trying to bid my man because he from Waxhaw,
It
dog.
don't matter if you're hip or anything like that. It doesn't matter if you got a good. Honestly though, I lie to y'all not, man. If you got a good personality, 9 times out of 10, people don't want to be around you anyway. Like they're gonna want to be around you anyway because they can just feel the energy. Energy is things that you know, like you can pick that shit up. People with bad energy, them bad vibes and shit. Yeah, you may be pretty, but I don't know you. Yeah, you may be fly, but I don't know you.
And I'm glad you said it. I'm gonna just piggyback off what you said.
But I don't know
we
you.
talk about how women they be around people because like they be trying to be friends because they cute. Now niggas be on some like really dick ride shit. And because the nigga is fly,
be on that
because the
heavy.
nigga's fly and he gets likes or he seems like he got the hoes, we're best friends now. No, like what the hell is wrong with y'all? As a man,
We're best friends now.
yeah, like as a man, fool. Let me talk to y'all about this shit. Let me talk to y'all about this shit, dog. You stop this bad shit. Be a goddamn man on your own damn self. Stay 10 toes. What the fuck is you doing? Come on, man. Rogie to this. Rogie to that, man. Cause I done see y'all.
What the fuck is y'all doing?
Hey, yeah.
I just had to throw that out because we kind of was already dissing. I don't want the woman to just seem like it's just them. It's us fellas.
Oh no, niggas be on dicks, man. I'm trying to say how niggas be on dicks, but this is the main thing.
Oh, hold up. All the niggas who want to be hood and be with all the hood niggas, and then when shit go down, they panic.
But all of it is being something that you're not. That's the problem. Everybody wants to
and that's the biggest issue.
Hey. And why do we want to be from the ghetto? Like, it's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, why do people act like it's a bad thing to have?
Because, man, I keep trying to tell. Look, I had this conversation with this nigga at school, because he asked me, why do people from DC and Maryland have this disconnect? I said, you want to know what it really is? Like, it's not even the fact that we care. Like, we know Maryland is close. We hate the fact that y'all want to go through the shit we went through.
Yeah.
Y'all are trying to embrace this shit that we was fighting to get the fuck out of. Like, we're fighting for our lives, and this is enjoyment.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Some because Temple Hills is going through the same shit.
But we know that, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You know. Like, I ain't referring to
if you know, you know, certainly it's gonna be
I live in Maryland now. But it's just like, why? Why? It's nothing wrong with that, but it's also because people, they glorifying that shit in the music, popular media, like everything has to be surrounding hood shit, and I don't understand. Like, let's raise our vibration. Like, we know that wasn't positive. Like, we literally making songs about pain, about trauma. What you were saying, it's like, baby, go get some help.
But this is the thing. This is the thing, though. This is the thing. I was just about to say, that's just, you want to know why? Because it's crazy, and like, this is another topic we can get into for another episode. But white people love our trauma. Like, they love hearing about, look at them, y'all, they were struggling and they fought out of it. And they did it. Oh my gosh! Like,
we like another episode of Power, another episode of Snowfall to them. Like, once they hear some shit go on,
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But look, that's before we get too deep into it, because hey, that might be a topic for another day. I just want to end it with this word, like they said, just be yourself. You be yourself and just love yourself.
To me, I had the quote of the day. It was, don't confuse pride with insecurities. Boom. Then I'm gonna end it. Stacks out. Okay.
But also, self-care is self-preservation, and self-preservation is self-love.
Wow.
Hey, you gonna roll into that? We out, y'all. This is a great job. You feel me?
Hey, listen, Rose, so D,
Stacks,
and
NTT.
There you go.
Yeah.
We out, man.
As a child, I hated Christmas, that's the worst season. The only gift I ever got was freedom. I'm not really worried about my